Hey guys, Addict Cyclist here. Just wanted to do a quick one here. It was the first time I had the Cervelo S5 in a fast group ride, which I have been anxiously awaiting. And yeah, I mean, listen, I'm going to give you a quick little overview. This is an unfiltered, unbiased review here, and I think it's going to get straight to the point. So if you're riding this bike by yourself, you know, cruising around your local loop solo, the bike feels heavy, it feels a little sluggish, kind of like a dog. Again, that has nothing to do with the stiffness. It's just because of the added weight, right? It's weighing in at exactly 18.1 pounds. But let me tell you something, it kind of blew my expectations away in terms of how it felt in the group and how it rode overall for a 40-mile ride. And the bike's fast. I mean, once this thing gets moving, the weight disappears. And the bike is just silky smooth. It really accepts power. If you have to do a real punch or snap to close a gap or to bridge, the bike responds well, again, while it's at speed. So with these speeds were typically between 24 and 35 miles an hour, where the bike kind of shines. You know, typically, I think the max we got was like 40 miles an hour in one section. But overall, you know, this bike is meant to go fast. It's not meant to cruise around on. You're not going to probably hit your local PRs on a bike like this. Again, this is just for me. I do like a lighter bike between the legs, and I do like a bike that has a little bit more snap to it. But all in all, I mean, it really just rolls. You know, there's a few times where we were just barreling in the headwinds, and I just got into the drops, tucked my head down, and closed the gap. And it's just, you know, it was a lot easier to do this on the Cervelo than it was maybe my factor, just comparing just kind of how it feels. And once these wheels get up to speed, it really is like a freight train. So I would not have advised this to be a solo bike or a single bike. It's kind of like a novelty to have as an option to go into a fast group. You know, if you said to me, Mike, what bike would you have to have as one bike that can still do it all? It's still the Factor Ostro. There's no comparison in terms of what that bike can and cannot do versus this. This bike is just meant to go fast. That's it. There's nothing else. It was very compliant, and it did soak up a lot of road buzz. It's definitely more comfortable position and a more comfortable ride over my Cannondale System 6. So that's a huge win here, because that was one of the reasons why I got out of the full-fledged, you know, aero bike. But maybe that's to attribute to these 30 mil Corsa Pro tires that are on here. It definitely did help a lot and feel in comfort. So I have the fronts at 60 PSI and the rear at 65. I'm 175 pounds as of this morning. And so yeah, just wanted to kind of give my feedback here. Very impressed again, but if I'm going to go out on a solo ride where I'm just going to do like a zone 2, a little bit of a tempo ride, or a long distance ride of like between 50 and 100 miles, it's not going to be this bike. This bike is just meant to go fast and to hammer on. And again, the Ostro, and there are other bikes that are in that category, such as the SL8, or maybe even the Soloist, or other bikes that can compare to a do-it-all bike like the Cannondale Super 6 Evo. So I would put that into all-rounder categories where they can still do it all. But definitely impressed with this, and I will continue to update with some of my additional feedback as the rides progress and get faster throughout the road season here. So awesome. Thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, just shoot them in the comments. Thanks.